Olympian lunged forward at Connor's legs for a double leg takedown. Connors moved backward with him and rolled both of them backward at an angle. Connors managed to end up on top, mounting Olympian. Olympian tried to push Connors off, like he had done to the others. Connors didn't budge. Olympian tried to scoot one of his legs off, but they stuck to him and wouldn't move. Olympian's hands moved fast to pull Connors down by his shirt. Connors grabbed both of his hands faster than he could see, then pinned them next to his head. Olympian was now pinned like a child at recess. He grunted and bucked, but could not free himself from his predicament. "You give?" Connors asked. "I haven't tapped, have I?" Olympian quipped with defiance. "Finish him already," Spurs said from the sidelines with the other hitters. Connors rolled Olympian on his side and pulled him backwards to him. Connors wrapped his legs in a scissors around Olympian's waist while pulling his shoulders to him. Olympian struggled hard to get out, knowing a chokehold was coming. His options were now gone, and he knew Connors was going to make his move. Olympian thrust his forearm up and in front of his throat just as Connors reached around his neck. Crack was the sound Olympian's arm made as it broke. Connors let loose immediately. "Ow!" Olympian groaned as he floated to his feet. "Darkspeed, get bio for us," Connors said. "Olympian, let me see that." Connors took Olympian by the elbow and looked at his broken forearm. Darkspeed blinked back at high speed, carrying Bioforce. "What happened?" Bioforce asked. "His arm is broken," Connors answered. "When I pull it set, you heal." Bioforce nodded and Connors pulled. Olympian grimaced but did not move. Bioforce willed her healing power into his arm. His invulnerability made it hard for her to complete the task. Bioforce finally felt his bone knit and tissue heal. She let go and stepped back to catch her breath. Connors let go of Olympian's arm. Olympian flexed his arm with caution until he had confidence it was fixed. "You feel all right now?" Connors asked Olympian. "I think so." "All right then. Hitters, you're dismissed for the day. Darkspeed, make sure everyone gets dinner and their work done," Connors said. "Yes, coach," Darkspeed said as he walked along with Olympian. After eating dinner, first team made their way back to their dorm room. On their way into the common room, she was stopped by IQ. "Are you going to work with us tonight?" IQ asked. "I can't. Connors gave us an assignment that will take us all night," she answered. "That's too bad. Coach Bonezz spoke with Dr. DeClute, and we've been assigned Lab 7 for our project. Wish I could, but I can't. Tomorrow then?" IQ asked, hopeful. "I hope so, but I can't promise." Inside the common room, Virtuoso was the first to notice things were out of place. "Hey, look! The stuff we asked Connors for! It's here!" She ran to the side of the room and opened the first of the refrigerators that were built into the wall. Inside the box were all manner of snacks and drinks. Some had varying labels and languages on them. Olympian opened another refrigerator and found it stocked too. He quickly snatched a drink with Greek letters on it. "I thought they only sold these in Greece. How did we get them here?" Olympian said. Darkspeed spoke, standing in front of the third and final refrigerator. "I know how they got here." The other children rushed to see what he was looking at. Inside were 6 trays of food, each with a handwritten note. Bioforce quickly picked up a tray with food on it she recognized. "It's from my mother. The note is from her," Bioforce said with excitement. The other children quickly picked up the trays with items they recognized on them. Each had a note from their family on them. "My family congratulates us and wishes us great success in our careers as superheroes," Olympian said. Each of the alphas opened their own trays and read the notes out loud. Soon, all were sharing their own edible culture with the others. She noticed some cases in the other corner of the room. Upon investigation, she informed the group of her find. "New laptops, like the ones in our rooms. Why would Connors give us a second set of laptops if the first ones work fine?" Midas asked. "Because he wants us to work on some things together, like tonight," Bioforce said. "So we have a set of laptops for the common room and one for the bedrooms?" "Cool," Virtuoso said. "Well, this is a nice moment with food and all, but we need to get to work on our essays," Darkspeed said. "What about what Shogun said? Work on what isn't a good answer first," Midas said. "I don't know if we need to do that." "Whoa, Darkspeed, slow down. Think of it as a puzzle. If someone who already solved it gives us insight on how to find the solution, maybe we should take his advice," Virtuoso said. Everyone agreed with Virtuoso, and Darkspeed conceded to his team. "Fine. Let me get one of these laptops booted and we'll start a list." "That sounds fine. But I have one question for the group before we start," Olympian said. "Sure. What's up?" Bioforce asked. How in the world did Coach Connors break my arm? Midas looked shocked. Connors broke your arm? It wasn't on purpose. They were just wrestling, Darkspeed said. No, you don't get it. He really broke your arm? Virtuoso asked Olympian. Yeah, he did. And when we were wrestling, he was so strong I couldn't budge him. You all saw how I fought the other hitters. He was toying with me, Olympian said. What's the big deal? He's stronger than you, Darkspeed said. Yeah, what's so wrong with that? Bioforce added. Midas, what did the text say my durability was? Olympian asked. After they gathered data from the railgun, Bobby did the calculations that show you to be between 1.5 and 1.7 billion norms. But he said without nuking you he couldn't be sure. You see, strength and flight are not my best power. Invulnerability is. He snapped my arm without trying. Maybe he has a power that cancels your invulnerability, Darkspeed suggested. No, when we were wrestling, I kept trying to bridge off the ground, hard. I don't have a bruise from that, just when he hit my arm. Does that mean his strength would have to match your invulnerability? Bioforce asked. That's what it would mean, she added. That would mean he's at least 1,000 times stronger than Olympian. Is that even possible? Midas asked. My grandmother said he was Omni's right hand in the war. Maybe he really is that powerful, Bioforce said. If he was that great a superhero, why don't I know who he is? I've studied every super that has ever been, Olympian said. You have? Darkspeed asked. Yeah, being a superhero is almost like a religion in my family. I've read every comic book ever printed. I've studied every superhero that's ever been in the media. I know my superheroes. That's kind of sad, Virtuoso said. Stop, wait. You said every hero that's ever been in the media? Midas asked. Yeah, in the newspaper, on TV, on the internet, made into comics, Olympian said as he was cut off. What if he wasn't in the media? Midas said. That's not possible, Bioforce said. Virtuoso was looking into Midas' memories. An HU ordered media blackout? They did that about the incident at your school. Virtuoso pointed quickly at Darkspeed. Search for something in Grand Blanc, Michigan, about a matter transmuter incident where people were stuck in steel in the last month or so. Darkspeed's fingers traveled over the laptop again and again. There's nothing about any superhero activity in that part of Michigan for over 2 years. Maybe he's been blacked out. That's why he won't give his handle from his time in the war, Olympian said. That's a lot, Bioforce said. Not if they erase memories. I heard they have telepaths who can erase memories. Can you do that, Jilly? Midas asked Virtuoso. I can. I've had to do it before when someone saw me teleport into a place I thought no one would be. So this guy's past may be erased? Then how do we find out who he is or was? She asked. Is this more important than our assignment tonight? Darkspeed asked. Look, help us figure something out. We're superheroes. We should be able to do both, she said. Darkspeed stood and started to pace and think. She ran to her room and came out holding some electronic equipment. Don't say anything until I finish the sweep, she said. Sweep for what? Midas asked. Virtuoso spoke for she, who was busy. Connors tracked us by our earpieces. Jet is making sure there are no listening devices in the room. Oh, tricky. We're clear. You can talk, she said. Okay. First, each of us has a different gift for finding something out. Jilly, start by checking the memories of the staff members here. Don't do anything that will get you caught. She, go see your friends the brains. See if they can get anything off the net. Midas, ask your friend the hacker to see if there's anything on the staff computers here. Olympian, call your family. Try to get a list of all male superheroes about 45 to 65 years old from England with mega strength. Bioforce will work with me on a list of reasons not to be a superhero. That will give us a head start on our homework. Everyone meet back here in 1 hour at 2000, and most importantly, Darkspeed let the sentence hang. Don't get caught, she said with a smile. Exactly. The students all quickly shuffled off to do their respective tasks. Bioforce and Darkspeed sat down and started to brainstorm answers that were not correct.